Well, court wrap for the day just minutes ago in the Joe Bruno federal corruption trial. Former State Senate Finance Committee Secretary Mary Louise Malek was back on the stand today. The prosecution witness telling jurors about the inner workings of how money was exchanged when she worked for the former Senate Majority Leader. Matt Markham has our continuing coverage live right now from outside the federal courthouse in Albany. Matt.
Hi, Tori. Good evening. The whole focus of the day was, again, mostly on the money.
Where would you create jobs? We focused on technology to create jobs based on my background and opportunities.
Senator Bruno had said he wanted to turn the capital region into the tech valley of the East. Connections and contributions to evident technologies formed the focus of questioning to Mary Louise Malek. The former secretary of the Senate Finance Committee testified that she did the legwork to determine if evidence should be eligible for a state grant. She recommended a grant to Senator Bruno, and he said to move on it. The government pointed out in its case, though, that the grant money for evident technologies was announced just days after the senator became a consultant for Jared Abrazazi. He had a stake in that tech company. A higher up in another company, which sought the senator's work as a consultant, told prosecutors he did not know what Senator Bruno did to earn $120,000 or what written work had to be done to prove it. Later in the day, Frank Pluchowski took the stand. He served as counsel to the Ethics Committee and to the Majority Conference. On direct examination, he confirmed that he advised the senator to keep records, that he should not use Senate resources for private ventures. But Pluchowski also said no when prosecutors asked if a connection between Jared Abrazazi and Evident Technologies was ever made known. The case also talks of the sale of a worthless horse. One witness said with horses, their value can be subjective and can change overnight. The senator seemed to be somewhat lighthearted when he spoke to us after morning testimony.
So I hope you just report accurately and well, that's all. And if you need any help, I'm glad to be a consultant and make myself available, okay, in communication.
We do always try to report accurately, and we recruit the help of other legal experts like Paul Darnesian to come down and help us do that. So, Paul, thank you. The first thing I'll ask you, we've been talking a lot about the worthless horse, the sale of a worthless horse. What's the significance of the worthless horse in this case?
Just like the first trial, this trial has a strong role of it. $80,000 paid for a racing horse. And the reason it's important is that the consulting agreement with the senator was moved from Motion to a company called TerraStar. And then at a certain point, the payments stop. About $80,000 were still due the senator. And it turns out the government is arguing it's no coincidence that $80,000 is what was paid to the senator for what they are arguing is a horse that had no value.
Mr. Gluchowski's testimony as well made a lot of people pay attention. He'll be back again tomorrow. Can you talk a little bit about the significance of what he had to say?
Sure. Frank Gluchowski was the ethics attorney for the state Senate, and the senator went to him. And the prosecution's points with him are that he asked the senator, is this person doing any business with you? And the senator said no. The second point, yes, you can have a consulting business, but you got to keep records of any work that you did. But the defense is coming back and arguing, look, the senator followed what Frank Gluchowski told him to do. He relied on him, and in fact, he filled out the forms with his full approval.
Interesting stuff. Okay, we'll be back again to talk a little bit at 6, Paul, but in the meantime, I should tell you that there is a chance, at least from what we heard at the end of last week, that the prosecution could wrap tomorrow, and then the defense would then take the next 2 days to present its case. Of course, we'll be here watching it. Reporting live at U.S. District Court in Albany now, Matt Markham, CBS 6 News.
All right, thanks, Matt. And we've got some breaking news right now out of North Carolina. We've just learned moments ago that Keith Crisco, the North Carolina entrepreneur who's locked in a Democratic primary against former American Idol singer and contestant Clay Aiken, has died in a home accident. Now, we have very few details right now, but we are keeping tabs very closely on this story, and we will bring you more information just as soon as it becomes available to us.